Well, that's more like it. It was telling me that I had done something wrong. Maybe I had. I'm trying to play a little music now and it's not playing. Oh. You'll note that I've got it going direct into the program. No need for microphones. Of course, I've got to wear headsets to nice run to adjust the sound. Hello, Bill, Ollie, Stephen, Christopher, Helmer, staying up late again. It's me and Ted and Joe Cohn on this record. Hey, Mike. John Weber. John. It is John Weber. I keep thinking of the bass player. I enjoyed meeting me too, Mike. That was. Hi, Al. And he then slowly removes the it's. I'll turn this off, just in case I accidentally hit something. Start it up again. Yeah, I figured out how to play computer directly into my lovely little Zoom 8-track mixing board, which I understand, I guess, about a quarter of now. I think I maybe understand 1/4 of it. Earlier, it just before I went on, nothing was working. It turned out, you see, that the computer has, this mixing board has scenes, and if you have a certain bunch of settings, you save the settings, and they record everything exactly as it was. I mean, big boards do that, but I can't imagine little ones like. So I turned it on, and I didn't pick the scene. I didn't pick the proper scene. So I just fooled around and said scene and pressed it. Boom! Everything came to life. How beautiful. I think I like the way Troph is camouflaging the microphone. I think it's very good. Troph certainly likes it. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Front and center. That's me. Yeah, just from front and center, just reminded of Trump saying to the Proud Boys, stand by, idle and stand by. That's a charming thing. The Proud Boys. I think Mr. Biden should have said, well, boys, we've got a whole bunch of even prouder boys, and if you cause any trouble, you're not gonna like it. You're gonna regret it. But that's just nasty, and that's just inciting everybody to riot. So that's why he didn't say it, and that's why I'm not running. Just a second, I forgot something. Talk amongst yourselves. So anyway, I hope none of you really had to suffer through much of that spectacle last night. I mean, you don't dare even call it a debate because there was nothing like it. It was just a spectacle. A very depressing little spectacle. And I just watched news clips of it all day long. And to my utter horror, was watching, things. And it was dreadful. Oh, there's no battery in this, so I won't even bother with it. Let me get myself organized here. I've got my twine, so I can. You need twine. Where's my hairbrush? I think my hair is sticking up in front. Excuse me, got my hairbrush. Oh, that's nice. What little hair there is, and I've got my twine, so I'm just unstoppable. And then I wanted to show you something that I found today in my travels. My daughter is, as you know, fixing up my room, and she's doing an extraordinary job. And then she found a bunch of books buried off in the closets and stuff that I hadn't seen. And she found one called Drawing to Draw. And it turns out that I remember, at least probably 40 years ago, deciding I would try to do base cartoons. So I made a 3-panel cartoon. And here's panel 1. Bass player singing to himself, "Everybody plays so loud." Second panel, time to get an amplifier. And you'll note the drummer's name is Bob Loud. So it's time to get an amplifier. Just a little something to enhance my sound. And I like the name of the amplifier. I think it's Smash, S-M-A-S-H-E, Smash. Smash amps. It's kind of big. That's my cute little cartoon from 40 years ago. Yes. Yeah. Too many lows, man. There's too many lows. Could you turn up the treble? There is no treble on this amp. I'll have to try another one. I mean, the drawing is what gets me. I worked very hard then. I worked very hard. I don't remember. I vaguely remember doing it. That's all right. Let me turn my phone off just in case somebody calls me. And I know, I was laughing to myself, I know I can play that song I just did because no computer in the world is going to figure out what I was doing. Is that music? That's that bumping thing? Is that boom, boom, boom? Is that really music? Although I should play it again and see if um, what's it? Shazam can actually identify it. Did we bother? Did the guy who made the record actually bother to do that? I'll do that later. I'll report on that later. Because today, I must tell you, I actually practiced. I practiced Jamboree Jones because I was not happy performing it half-assed last night, having forgotten how it goes. So I went through it, and in the process, I found that it's a lot of fun to play the song, and I started playing it as a bossa or a samba, just for the hell of it, and it changed the whole nature of the thing. It does. It surely does. But I'll begin the story out in West Virginia in a little college. All the student body only care for football, never mind the knowledge. Never mind the pigskin, they preferred that. Never mind the sheepskin, they preferred the pigspin. Seemed to have it in their bones. They knew all about it, couldn't live without it. All except a certain Mr. Jamboree Jones Brown. He played the clarinet with all his might. He studied night and day. He practiced day and night. No running up the field for Mr. Jones. He'd rather run up the scale than down the scale. What told? Even though his buddies always cut their studies to attend the rallies. While they were rooting, you could hear him tooting. What's become of Sally? How they used to hate him. Co-eds wouldn't date him. Thought he was an awful bore. But he liked his rhythm more than being with them. So we only grinned and went to practice some more. Da da doo da doo da. I forgot it was melody. I'll begin the story out in West Virginia in a little college. Was I doing it right? I may have been doing it right and didn't know it. But he liked to, how they used to hate him. Co-eds wouldn't date him. Thought he was an awful bore. Thought he was an awful bore. That's it. College, how they used to hate him. Co-eds wouldn't date him. Thought he was an awful bore. But he liked his rhythm more than being with him. So he'd only grin and want to practice some more. And meanwhile the team marched on to greater fame. Till they were asked to play that famous Rose Bowl game. And on that day of days, the students beamed. What did they do when the team marched on the scene? They screamed. Do 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 da do 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 da do 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 couldn't win it. No, 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 they couldn't win it. Instead of going forwards, they were going backwards about a mile a minute. Seeing their position, they called intermission, and they heard the referee say, hey, 17-0 ain't exactly nothing when you've only got about a minute to play. And then from the stands there came a distant wail. It was Jamboree, swinging Hold'em Yale. And then the students all began to yell. The players marched up the field and down the field, pell-mell. And now on a certain West Virginia hill, there stands a college still, just as it always will. And there's a picture in the Hall of Fame. You'll find a boy in the frame who won the game. Jamboree Jones, Jamboree Jones, Jamboree Jones was a gentleman's name. Well, it's novel playing it as a bossa nova, but it feels much better. I'll begin the story out in West Virginia, in a little college. I always want to say cottage, and I can't. I get halfway through the word before I take the T. I have to turn it into an L. And a little college. I'll begin the story out in West Virginia, in a little college, in a little college. I'll begin the story out in West Virginia, in a little college. Ooh, wow. In a little college, because I'm thinking about the melody. In a little college, in a little college. I prefer a cottage out in West Virginia. I guess I have to just let myself in the fact that I don't want a college out in West Virginia. I want a cottage, a nice place just to hang out in West Virginia, in the mountains, in the Smoky Mountains. Oh yes. What was I thinking? And then I realized, and then from the stand there came a distant wail, and it was Jamboree, a swinging Hold'em Yale. Now this, I implied that Yale was in the West Virginia College, but no, he was just playing the Yale fight song, whatever that was. And it just dawned on me as I was playing the song out. I was playing Hold'em Yale, but he wasn't at Yale. He was just playing whatever Hold'em Yale is. Da 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 da. What's Hold'em Yale? I'll have to look that up. Okay, so I still love this song. As much as I screw it up, I'm not going to do it as a bossa nova. I'm going to do it as a. I'll begin the story out in West Virginia, in a little college, in a little college, in a little college. I'll begin the story out in West Virginia, in a little college, in a little college, in a little college. I'm going to have to memorize it too. I can see that. Oh well. Let me tell you something now as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know, so I will tell you as you sing it, as you settle into place. It's impossible to sing and play the bass. It really is, it really is. You deserve a courtesy. Look, you deserve the courtesy. Your lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect. I've practiced. But it will not mean a thing, cause it's impossible to play the bass and sing, 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 sing. You see the bass is fretless, it's not like a guitar. On bass, you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. Be about them when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes on bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, and chords is no less a miracle than Lord's. Ba-ba-doo-ba, ba-ba-doo-ba. remember this is, I remember this, or I will fall apart. That's what I'm looking for. No, E natural. E. Let's try that 3 more times. F sharp. Try it. It's a very valuable little exercise. A flat, A flat. Oh wow, where am I? G flat with an F flat and bass. F flat. It's knowing, just knowing, it's a hard one. In A flat, it's hard. Because you go G flat, and then you say, where the hell's the dominant seventh of that up there? It's actually E, but you think of F flat. And you think of E, but it's actually F flat, where you better get on F flat. Boy, it's really shady territory in my brain on the bass. That's really not secure territory. You know, just because of the A flat and the G flats and all of the enharmonics. Somehow, I like to think of everything. I don't like to think too much in F flat. F flat is a nasty note, as it's even nastier than C flat. C flat is tough, but F flat doesn't compute very well. Anyway. Well then, when all else is lost, and you're just struggling for something to play that's easy, that you know. Wrong key. I don't know what key it's in. I didn't mark it down. Oh boy. Pompton Turnpike. That's a very famous Jersey roadway. Full of country charm. No, it's got to be E flat. Pompton Turnpike. Yeah, sure. That's a very famous